Zaya in 2013 stated that distance education is a relatively new mode of learning for many students around the globe, but it's one of the fastest growing forms of education. So what exactly makes a distance education experience successful for learners and for facilitators? The research I conducted brought out some interesting points, and two practices I found valuable were, number one, the content is learner-centered, and number two, the relationship between the facilitator or the instructor and the students is important. So let's take a look first of all at learner-centered content. Kavanaugh and Hargis in 2010 discussed the importance of student-centered learning in a K-12 distance educational setting. Now, while I would argue that student-centered learning is important no matter what type of environment a student is in, I can certainly see how it's imperative in a K-12 online situation. Today's K-12 students look for value and reason in what they're doing in a course. If they see no purpose, then they're less likely to achieve. In an online setting, motivation is important for learning in order for students to accomplish assignments and succeed in a course. When instruction focuses on student interest, motivation levels can be raised and students are often more successful. Now let's look at the relationship between the instructor and the student. Student relationships with teachers certainly have always played a role in the success of a student. The same can be said of distance education courses in K-12 environments. In a study conducted by DePietro, Furtick, Black, and Preston in 2008, the presence of the instructor in online formats was found to be highly important. Teachers who were quick to provide appropriate feedback and encourage student interaction through their own use of various communications like email, discussion boards, or even the telephone were more likely to have positive outcomes. When teachers modeled appropriate online communication with students, they were also more likely to have better relationships with students and greater outcomes. It's important to note that the verbiage that's used in online communication is really important because obviously your body language and your facial expressions can't be seen when you're typing in an email or in a discussion board. So whether one chooses to teach online or in a face-to-face classroom environment, teacher-student relationships are important. While online educators might have somewhat of a difficult time establishing quality relationships, the nature of distance education in K-12 environments requires teachers to put forth the effort to get to know their students and to make their own personalities known. Utilizing synchronous technologies or even phone calls can help in establishing one's presence and attitude toward the learner. Students want to know that they're cared for, and they want the learning environment to meet their individual needs. I look forward to hearing your comments this week, and I've enjoyed working with each and every one of you in EDUC 633.